So, Chauncey, the topic of the hour, Copilot. Tell us what's going on.
Copilot. Oh, I love talking about Microsoft Copilot. First of all, do you use Copilot?
Every day.
Do you use the personal or you use the work one?
I use it for work. Almost every facet of my work.
I'm probably the weird guy, but I use both, and I use both on a regular basis. Copilot has really just fundamentally changed how I work. I use it at home all the time, so I'm a little bit of a fanboy, to say the least. When it comes to Microsoft Copilot Surface, it's one of those things I'm extra passionate about because I'm also passionate about Surface. So in this case, I think if you think about Surface and Copilot, it's a very similar story to Surface and Microsoft, and really Surface being the best place to experience Microsoft's, experiences across Microsoft 365 and Azure and security and whatnot. Our whole mantra around Copilot is really driving that end user intuitive experience.
Is this with the button? Is that why you've incorporated that into the keyboard?
It's a part of it,
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we wanted to provide every single way for an end user to be able to access Copilot as naturally as possible. If I'm typing, I don't want to have to go find my mouse and then go find the taskbar button and go ahead and hit that. Instead, now I have a new key, the Copilot key, that I hit once, and it instantly brings me in contact with a generative AI capability. Mind-blowing. As a marketer, I write blogs and stuff all the time. And I have questions all the time about technology or how to find something, or maybe I'm looking for something within, even within Microsoft 365 with my own company. And now I have one button and I can instantly start asking questions. I can instantly start getting answers. I can instantly get a prompt to build an entire blog. And it shrinks the amount of time. I obviously ramble a lot. My brain works the same way. And so it's really nice when I have some kind of tool to help me focus and instantly get back to being more productive. And so from a key perspective, that really makes it there. But at the same time, Surface isn't known just for our keyboards. We're definitely known for it, but we're also known for our amazing inking experience. And so if you're the type of person that writes or takes notes, or maybe you're drawing, and you wanted to continue to be in your flow of work, you can ink also in Copilot and continue that whole style. Or maybe you're more of a vocal person and you want to be able to vocally dictate to Copilot. Our optimized mics and speakers are definitely there to be able to hear you very clearly. Maybe you're in a coffee shop, we will definitely be able to take that voice isolation that comes with our mics and speakers and work with that Copilot so Copilot can continue to work with you no matter where you are.
Yeah, that's fascinating. That's fascinating. I really appreciate being able to talk to you about this sort of stuff, because as a technical adoption specialist, my job is to help the end users realize that value. And a really key part of that, the most important part, is understanding the design philosophy behind it. What is the goal? What is the vision, instead of just looking at it as a collection of bells and whistles? So understanding that Copilot is designed to be there as a sort of natural part of that flow. And I hear Microsoft use that word a lot, flow. And so that's fascinating. I'm amazed at how much stuff is available at our fingertips through regular enterprise licensing that so many people aren't aware of. And I'm really lucky because I get to go and find out all the cool things, get really excited, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing, everybody should know this. This is going to save you so much time. We have these great aha moments where people are like, this is amazing, we're going to, and so much stuff it's seemingly already there waiting to be dug up. I've noticed recently that there have been funding programs, support programs that Microsoft have brought out, especially around Copilot for M365 adoption. And there's other sort of support programs in place there to promote adoption. A lot of the time you'll have end users who haven't had any training in years. Could you talk a bit about, I guess, with that increase in support and I guess importance on adoption, what is Microsoft's ethos towards driving adoption in your products, and where do you see where the value lies in adoption services?
Yeah, I've been in the company for, a little over a decade now. And I'll tell you, the one thing that I absolutely love is we really understand that in order for our customers to really maximize the value of their product, they got to be using it, right? And so we're going to do a lot to make sure that we have training resources available to enable our end users to make the most of their company's investments. And Copilot's no different. Arguably, because Copilot is such a new medium, it's such a new experience for people to it's kind of funny. You got to almost interact with something, right? And so you need to be trained to how to interact. Almost the same way we had to almost learn how to talk to a friend or learn how to talk to a peer. The Copilot is that new experience as well. You need to understand to be able to prompt and ask those questions in the right way. And so we're baking in learning into every layer across the company. Directly in Copilot, you're actually now get example prompts. And so as you open up Copilot, you'll actually see maybe some prompts based on some of your experiences that you recently were doing. Maybe you're working on a document or co-working with a friend or having a meeting coming up, or maybe you wanted to get some summary. Those things it's going to intelligently pop up and provide you some ways to kind of think about how to use Copilot. And instead of instantly going into the actual, the actual answer it's trying to drive, it's going to put it in the chat, because that gives you that kind of motion that you need to be the one to complete it. So it's that training motion behind it. So there's built-in tools, right? Then on top of that, we are also going to provide a ton of different content. So we have like our Copilot library that's available. We have a ton of content on Copilot on Learn, so learn.microsoft.com, and that includes both technical documentation as well as actual learning paths and like a whole learning, classes and whatnot. And then, of course, and I would be remiss to not mention it, we enable our partners to be able to train up our customers. And last time I checked, Data 3 can do.
We do, yeah. Funnily enough that you mentioned that. Yeah, no, we do. At Data 3, we provide a range of services for Copilot, whether or not it be things like readiness assessments to make sure that all your data governance is in place before you turn on something like AI. And then we've got a really large adoption movement. And it's funny because one of the things that I love that Microsoft does is, for say something like Power Automate, Microsoft provide community statistics. They show us what people are doing, what are the most commonly used workflows, etc. And so as an end user, you can go in there and you have access to this wonderful library of work and ideas that people have already come up with. And it's like giving candy to a baby. It's amazing. You can tell I like Power Automate. Copilot, however, because it's got that sandbox environment, nothing goes back to the model specifically, so that we've got that sort of that enterprise level privacy and security. It's meant for Data 3. What we've had to do is come up with a program where we really lay the foundation of understanding how each one of our partner organization works, the clients work, so that we can identify where Copilot is going to have the most value. We find all that low-hanging fruit, but that first step is to really understand the way that people work, and then wrapping the training in that so people are incentivized. Because at the end user, they just want to see something and go, this is going to be incredible. I do this all the time, and now that's saved a lot of my time. So it's a great time for adoption. And it's fascinating to see where the product is going and how Microsoft are enabling partners like Data 3 to be able to deliver training and adoption to all of our clients, which is, I think it's something like 30 to 50% of all Copilot users in Australia, Data 3 work with. So
that's phenomenal.
Wow,
that's amazing. I think, look, we are so thankful for partners like Data 3 to be able to kind of take these technologies that we see the value of, that we want to empower our end users to achieve more. That we know will fundamentally change productivity in the workforce. And we're so thankful for our partners to be able to help us realize that and help our customers realize that value. So thank you so much for all that work that you're doing there.
Likewise, really it's brilliant. Thank you for your time and your answers. Absolutely fascinating.
Love it. Thank you.
We hope you found this interesting and just as fascinating as I have. If you would like any more information about how Data 3 enables stuff through technical adoption, and any of our Copilot services, don't hesitate to reach out, data3.com/Microsoft.